Good Friday afternoon, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for the rest of your Friday. My apologies for this being during the afternoon. I had a pretty busy morning this morning, out and about, and just getting done with everything. So I still have a lot more things to do, but I decided let's just go and take this break real quick, go on and give a forecast update out. So starting off. What is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Well, right now, nothing. Nice and dry. But if we scroll our way out, we see flooding. Good amount of it. From Minnesota down through Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma. I mean, we see some rainfall throughout these areas and some flooding, like I said, could be going on in some of these areas as well. We do have some more rainfall out there in Montana and Wyoming, and then maybe up in the Northeast as well. Florida receiving some storm activity with gusts of up to 50 miles per hour with some of those storms. But other than that, nice and dry everywhere else almost. Now, in terms of cloud cover, we do see some in the low country, Grand Strand, Petey, but look up in the upstate, look in the northern Midlands, not looking that bad. Not looking that bad at all. And if we want to take a look at our cloud cover for the future, we push this over into this afternoon, moving more into the evening time frame. And even as you get to around 10, 11 to 12 o'clock in the morning, more cloud cover pushed its way through as we get more and more into tonight. So as the day progresses, cloud cover will get increasingly more and more active. Now, in terms of our current temperatures, we're talking about 88 in Charleston, 87 in Somerville, 89 Beaufort, and 86 in Georgetown, Orangeburg, 82 in Myrtle Beach, and 84 in Conway, 87 Columbia, and 86 in Florence, 82 Lawrence, and 80 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 79 Gaffney, 81 in Clemson and Anderson. Now, for our air quality, it looks like that the majority of us are inside that moderate category. Looks like good amount of us. Now, if you're in the yellow, you're in the moderate. Not too good, but not too bad either. And then if you're not in the yellow, you're in the green and good category. No bad air quality is expected for you. Now, for your high temperatures for today, we're talking about 92 in Greenville, 93 Spartanburg, even 92 in Lawrence, 92 Newberry, 96 in Columbia, Orangeburg, 95 Walterboro, 91 in Charleston, 90 Georgetown, 88 inside of Myrtle Beach. Now, in terms of your heat index values, those values won't really be the highest. Won't really be the highest as we move over into today. Going to be around 103, 104, 105, but that's the max. We've seen those before, and that's not, as dangerous as like 115, 110, 115 degrees. So I'd say definitely still watch out, and it's still going to be hot, but not going to be as hot. Winds for today going to be also pretty calm, so you're not going to see too much of any breezy conditions. It's going to be still. And if you go into those wind gusts up to around 15 miles per hour, but again, that's about it. Now, precipitation wise, this was from a couple of days ago. So let me go in and get the one right here for today. And honestly, which excuse me for that. But the only thing here is that this goes from 8 p.m. tonight to 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So this doesn't really include today. So honestly, probably shouldn't even be mentioning this too much. But this is for tonight going into tomorrow night here. So kind of like the later part of the day. SPC outlook here, thunderstorms are possible inside the low country area, the Grand Strand areas. Not really in it right there, kind of just the low country areas in the southern Midlands. And then as you move over into excessive rainfall, do have a little risk. I mean, we do have a little risk of excessive rainfall down there in Beaufort, towards Port Royal, Ridgeland, Bluffton, Hilton Head Island. I mean, we do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall over there. And if we look at the crazy score, currently we're at a 2, enjoying calm, pleasant conditions, no significant weather threats across the state. So let's go on now and take a look at the models. Time is at the bottom part of your screen. Make sure that you go in and pay attention to that. We're going to start off here at 12 p.m. And just as we go in and push this forward, you can see as we move more into the afternoon, we get to around 2 to 3 o'clock and showers and storms start to fire. And as they fire up, we go even into around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., all the way over to 7 o'clock p.m., and things die down a lot. So we do see storm activity in the low country areas and the southern Midlands a little bit. Then as we move to around 12 o'clock in the morning, things really do decide to calm down. Now, how much rainfall could we potentially receive? Well, according to the AOO, a couple of spots could get from 1 to 2 inches. If those storms really do get going, you could see around a good 1 to 2 inches of rainfall throughout these areas. And so even the precipitable water values, you can see of up to around an inch or two. So somebody could very easily see an inch of rainfall as we move to around 12 o'clock in the morning. So that's why we have that marginal risk of excessive rainfall. Not only because, not only because, you know, we have the precipitable water value is kind of high and a lot of rainfall could fall, but also it could fall in a short period of time. Like we're talking about 1.6 inches of rainfall over here in an hour, 1.9, close to 2 inches of rainfall in an hour, in some spots. So that could cause some isolated flash flooding in some of these areas, or even some minor flooding. Nothing in terms of the tropics, so we're good there. And then in terms of just everything, that's about it. Nothing else for me to really talk about here. Again, remember, I may not be here tonight for tonight's forecast as well, but I will be back for tomorrow morning for sure for your Saturday morning forecast update. And then also, just got news that I may not even be here Saturday evening as well. So, the next time you may see me in the evening, it may be Sunday, maybe Sunday evening or so. So keep that in mind. I will try, to be here tonight, see what happens. But like I said, not really looking too likely. And then same thing on Saturday. Saturday, I'll try to be here, but I don't know what's going to happen there. So that's all I have to really say, though. Ain't nothing else. So I'll be back tomorrow or tonight, but most likely tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update. Hit those two buttons before you leave if you're new.